Hey everybody, this is Oliver Joyce. I'm coming to you live from beautiful Port Stephens, Soldiers Point, New South Wales, and I'm on holidays. And it's been pretty magical. As you can see around me, this has kind of been my home for the last 5 or 6 days. It's just been kind of amazing to be able to just chill out and enjoy. Sorry, it's going to be pretty windy because I am actually walking on the beach, solo walking on the beach. The family's back at the our little apartment that we're staying at, and we go home tomorrow. So by the time you see this video, I'll be back home and back at the forge at Whiskeybarrel Studios. It's been really nice to get away from the computer, and you know, after the sort of pandemic and everything, where we really were kind of locked down for a long time, didn't have much in the way of holidays. So to be able to sort of take a bit of time off, just get away, drive a few hours up the coast, and just enjoy a little bit of Australia, if you know what I mean, and get away from the computer, because you know me, I spend a lot of time on the PC, and you know, a lot of time thinking games, thinking about Sword and Sandals. And here's the funny thing, that doesn't stop. When you go away, well, when I go away, I try to tune out, but my mind keeps coming back to game dev and game ideas, and you know, being inspired by just being somewhere else, if you know what I mean. And being in that situation, all of a sudden I find, wow, what about this cool idea? Wouldn't this be cool if, you know, and it's usually if I'm just floating in the beautiful water or something like that, and just the game idea hits me. And so I've had basically 2 game ideas since I've been up here, and to be honest, the first one is actually an iteration or improvement on a game idea that I had about 7 years ago. When maybe 7 or 8 years ago, one of the first holidays I took with my girlfriend, well now my wife, was a nice little kind of a mountainy area, and I had this idea for a game which I wrote down on a notepad. I was sitting down in the mountains one day on a grassy hill, and this cool idea came to me, and I actually started to make it a long time ago, and didn't get very far, but I've now come up with what I think is a really cool version of it. And the other game idea, which actually I'm not going to tell you the first game idea until I've fleshed it out a bit more, but the other game idea with the sort of the Starship Troopers motif is certainly something that I want to come back to as well. So next year I'd like to build 2 games. One smaller one, this first game idea, and the larger Starship Trooper one. The first game, I'll give you a little clue. It has, it's going to be, I'm thinking pixel art. I'm thinking knights and wizards and barbarians. I'm thinking quick gameplay. I'm thinking, you know, rapid leveling up, simple controls, light RPG elements, but a lot of fun strategy. And it's the kind of game that I think could go viral, the kind of thing that you'd want to go viral, you know, kind of thing streamers would play. The other game is a bit more detailed, a little bit more, you know, epic, you know, the games company, epic in the scale of things. And that one will take longer, so I'm thinking of building this other thing first and then build the other one. Of course I have to finish Sword and Sandals Immortals. That has another 2 months to go, I think. Okay, so when I get back, by the time you watch this video, I'm going to finish off the dungeons in about a week's time or so, get that uploaded, then we do achievements, then we do, you know, last minute improvements to the game, bug fixes and things like that, just flesh out the last bits of balance of the game. Then we tackle multiplayer, probably in January. I'm thinking January. Then the game comes out in full, and of course I will support that game. I'll be looking at the bugs you submit and suggestions, but after that, that game's pretty much done. And I'm pretty excited to say, you know, Sword and Sandals Immortals, great journey, lovely to see, you know, how much fan support there was for it, but also lovely to see the end of it, if you know what I mean. So as I reach this sort of pier here, you can see up there, I might walk along there. We'll continue this video then. And here I am walking along Salamander Bay. It's a bit windy, so I'm actually going to climb back to the beach. I didn't realize it was called Salamander Bay. There's all these beautiful little kind of inlets and bays. Soldiers Point is one of them, Salamander Bay is another. So if you ever in Australia or New South Wales and you want a nice holiday spot, you could do a lot worse than Port Stephens, which is just a couple of hours north of Sydney. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Swords and Sandals, really looking to finishing the end of that journey. Hang on, let me clean the camera. It's better. The whole video had a bit of a Vaseline lens to it because of sunscreen on my hands and sunscreen on the phone. I got a surprise for you guys. Pelicans. One pelican, two pelicans. These are cool birds. These are huge, huge birds. Let's try and catch up to them. That's the water line here, but it's hard to kind of show exactly how big they are. But they're huge. And they, you've probably seen a pelican before, but they're kind of cool. You see them everywhere. You see dolphins here as well. So yeah, it's been a great 5 days. Sword and Sandals Immortals, finishing that in January. It's been a great journey. I wish it had sold better. It sold, pretty well. Certainly enough to at least keep me going through a lot of next year. Hasn't been the juggernaut I'd hoped. It didn't bring in tons of new fans, but certainly a lot of the existing fans of the series have enjoyed it. So I've been glad that that I could make that for you guys, and I enjoyed making it as well. But I'm also looking forward to moving on to the next game and the next games. Anyway, that's about it from me. I just wanted to check in with a little video this week. Back at the Forge as of Thursday, so day and a half's time. And quick shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for supporting me over the last few years. You know who you are. I don't have my little list in front of me, so I should actually be able to remember off the top of my head, really, but I'm not that clever. All right, my friends, thanks for being with me. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you guys next week with the dungeons from Swords and Sandals Immortals. To finally be ready at long last. See you guys. Bye for now.